Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's John Magnum again. Yes, I just done an unboxing from a friend, and I'm going to mention a couple more friends right now with your all's permission. Uh, I recently won a ration, which should have been um, an opened ration, which I have no problem with that. I have bought them before, especially from reliable people like the ones I'm getting ready to talk to. And the camera's going to move because I've got to move that microphone slightly. I apologize. Okay, the people I'm talking about, well, I don't know. Uh, they're good people. You probably, couldn't guess their name. Uh, both of them are sweethearts, even though one's big enough to kick my butt all the way into the next state. But he still puts up with me. And to be honest, Mama Bear, Miss Nina, the way she's built, she could kick me right there also. The ration I decided to do tonight is the one I won from them. Sort of. I was supposed to receive an opened ration on a Russian APH single meal. Now, this is the new version of the Russian single meal. According to Art's commentary, the old provider sort of went out of business, went defunct. This is the new version. I have never tried this, but I will tell you the Russian versions that I have never had a bad meal in the entrees or drinks or anything else, and I bumped the camp. No, I did. Okay, the camera will move now. I just figured out what happened. I thought I bumped it. No, one of my dog's toys was sitting underneath the tripod and he was removing it. Okay, this is not my fault for once. Only once is it not my fault. The dog done it. Yeah, he ate my homework too. I know. Yeah. Well, anyway, we're going to open this Russian APH single meal. Not that I talk about. Excuse me. Again, excuse me. Not sure what state you're in. Grass is growing. Trees are growing pollen, and this week has absolutely wore my body out along with work. We were talking about foreignmre.com. Their tactical sport. Oh boy. Okay, admit it. I said I temporarily misplaced my spork. I still say I have temporarily misplaced my spork. Have I found it? No. Even Renee gave me an idea. Said, "Well, look under the dish drainer and sink." Yes, I still do that. I've got a dishwasher here, which is absolutely useless unless you want to scrub everything ahead and then put it in there. But I have not found it yet. Art and Nina, when I won this ration here, I had already placed an order. Well, reserved 2 sporks from them. I said, next time I get in touch, just set me 2 back and we'll go from that. And actually, I attempted to just say, well, I wanted the 2 sporks. You had an accident with the other ration. Just send the 2 sporks, we'll call it even. They sent me the 2 sporks and a brand new Russian. Oh, if I didn't mention foreign MRE enough, I'm sure you can't see that sticker right there. Anyway, we're going to get into a review here, and God bless you, Art and Nina. You are both sweethearts, so you know. I really don't need it because it has a tear notch up here, and as Art in his opened version of this ration, it's got a Ziploc also. But my arthritis and everything else, I brought out the Italian Stallion, and I just need the first cut or so. Well, that's good first cut or so. We'll close this up and attempt to remove, without being too much on camera, the rest of the packaging. And of course, like anything else you try to open, always going to be one stubborn part. Welcome to my world, and welcome to life in general. Life is always going to be stubborn in some way or another. Okay, we are back in focus. And of course, the corner I fussed about. That had to be the one. There are a lot of information here which I really cannot translate. There's a paper in here, I believe, that will translate. Of course, since Art done most of my review for me when he opened the version, I got a pretty good idea. And this is menu 7, if it shows up. Yep, right there. And he done most of the work for me. So, Art, thank you very, very much. And we will see if the one you opened and mine vary slightly. As Art said, nice little plain brown box. A very well sealed brown box. And I'm trying to figure out which side to open it from, or just... Okay, well, redneck style. Pop one. Oh, that was the side it was supposed to open from. Okay. I'll have to get my glasses on here in a minute where I can figure everything out. I'm not... No, that's too much of a shadow from the lid. I'm going to... I'm sorry, y'all. Where I'm at now, the lighting's not great, and I guess we all have done this, whether we admit it or not. We're the lid off. Okay, what we have here is I believe a water purification tablet. There's one little pill in there. These do not contain vitamins, so that would be the water purification tablet. We have the multi-purpose paper, napkin, or other needs. Now, I'm setting these to the sides just for a little while, so we can, and if this is not correct, if there is something wrong with the meal, it is not Art and Nina's fault. It is Inspector number 2. Keep that in mind. It is not Art and Nina's fault. It is Inspector number 2. She inspected it. I joke about that, but seriously, the foreign rations, some of these, the way they come across seas, overseas, through all countries, survive to United States, and not to say that some postmen or postal people, they do the best they can, but sometimes there are, well, issues. I hope any of you that translate Russian can understand this. And I don't know how close to get the camera because it fades out where it's so close. Also, some more packaging instructions. I believe where it come from, how it was made, and what's it intended for. Uh, I can't hold it good enough for y'all to read, but and your friends overseas probably pretty well know what to say. Okay, wet wipes. Well, now, okay, right in the middle. Wet wipes. The Russian packages usually have two, one in a white wrapper and one in a green wrapper. The white is for your hands or face or personal issues, and the green is generally used for spoons, forks, utensils, trays, anything of that nature. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I do not mind being wrong or being corrected. It does not bother me. I'm setting that to the side as well. We have this wonderful Russian spoon, which I could do like art and fling it across because I don't need it because I've got a lovely foreign MRE sport, so I don't need the plastic, but I will not fling it along the room. I believe my dogs would try to play fetch with it. So, okay, we have, I'm trying to get in focus and not get too close. That would be tea. I think possibly black tea. We also have an American writing that is NKPA. And if I remember right, that would be the zucchini or vegetable caviar. Correct me if I'm wrong. I do not mind being corrected. If my fountain is on or anything else is on, makes too loud or distracting noises, if I've got music in the background, don't be afraid. Tell me so. We have okay. This I cannot pronounce, but with that little picture ideogram on there, that is pepper. This, as close as I can do in American language, K-O reverse J-I-B, I believe that is salt. There is another nutritional information here, provided you can translate Russian. All I know is any Russian meal I've had, most of them, actually, no, most of them, besides one, came from Argentina. So, this should be, in theory, and the closest American translation from the letters would be one messed up XKAPKOE. Now that should be chicken, potatoes, and vegetables. We also have, okay, I know what that is. That is sugar. You can see the American letters. That is sugar. I do believe, unless substitutions have been made, and they always can, this, yes, I'm needing it. This is, I refrain from using the term apple butter. It is apple jelly, but it's as good as what we call in the South apple butter. Almost as good as Renee's, not hardly, but if you get this in a ration, you are absolutely privileged. This is wonderful. This is absolutely delicious. We also have a folding stove. I don't want to get too close to the camera. There's a stove. There are fuel tabs, and guessing, most likely, there are matches in there too. We also have 2 packs of crackers. Normally very dense, very hard. If one of the packages has been accidentally punctured, it would be softer, which, to be honest, I have no problem with that. It's a little easier to eat. 1, 2 of them. And I'm going to set that off screen. And what do we have left? Empty box. So I have to put some things in a boiling water, and I will be right back, and possibly we might get through with an interesting Russian review. I hope so. I do not want to let Art and Nina down at foreignmre.com. I don't, okay, anybody that sends me anything, I do not want to let them down on a review I've done. If I lose a video, lose a tape, I will beat myself in the head more often than not. So, if someone sends me something, I want to do it the best justice I can. I hope I can do this for Art and Nina. So I'm going to kindly heat a little bit of food up. Now, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, girls, slight adjustment. Number 1, I don't need the Italian Stallion anymore. I can put it up. Some items in this menu I will not necessarily need for how I'm doing it, including the stove and the fuel tabs. Okay, pay attention to the viewfinder and see where I put this. Okay, I don't need it this time. I have a pot of boiling water at the ready. I have done sanitized my hands, if you can believe that, and the tray. I know they're nice and clean, so I'm going to set the wet naps at least aside for a minute. Now, this tray, courtesy of Bean and Candy, Animal-Free MRE, not animalfree.com, which I keep messing up on a repetitive basis. I'm trying to do my best. Sugar, I will use. I do have the one water purification tablet, which I don't think I need. Granted, my tap water here, state of Kentucky, is not great. It's got too much chlorine, but I really don't think that would help that much. I also have salt and pepper on standby, should I need it. If this Russian ration tastes like the rest of them, I don't think I do. So, it's on standby. Spork's over here. I've got my tea steeping, and attempting not to burn myself because I put a little bit too much water in it, but this tea, you can usually add a little bit more water and it still tastes off good. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that right here and add not this whole thing of sugar. A little bit. I like sweet tea. I'm sorry, I'm from the South. I like sweet iced tea, but since I've been doing the military rations, I have learned to enjoy hot tea. I believe the Lithuanian is the one that introduced me to that, and it was one of the best ones I ever had. That is also another ration for anybody. Just see, let's get some sugar in here, and I'll stop talking. It should be enough, and maybe a little bit more than enough. The Lithuanian rations are reasonably inexpensive for foreign rations. I have never had a bad one yet, and I've tried off the head, I'd say 6 to 8 different ones. The mains are great, the coffee is great, the tea is great. I've not had one with soup yet, but it'll eventually come. Coffee, sugar, hot water, going to the side just for a few minutes. And like I said, I never yelled at anybody. Art and Nina, foreignmre.com. Both are sweethearts. They have done me favors in the past. No, they do not promote me. What I have received from them, I have either bought or I have won. Granted, at times, like the spork issue, they may do me an occasional favor, but they do not sponsor me. I do not receive anything from them. I do not expect them to send anything for me. So, good people. You want foreign rations here in the United States, check them out. They're real people. It's rare occasion, unless you buy a Polish ration, that something is either defective or defunct. But they will work with you on that, and I have the utmost respect for those two. They have full-time jobs besides just dealing with MREs. And Miss Nina, bless her heart, Mama Bear, she takes care of that room. Items are rotated. You're not going to get anything older. They are great people. I'm sorry. This is not a commercial for them, but they are just very, very good friends, honest and reliable. And tea steeping. I think my other items are just about ready to come out of the boiling water right now, so give me just a second and we'll try another version of this. I'll be right back. Okay, friends, this is the part of the deal I'm going to review. Like I said, I did save some back. For once, let's see, work on my camera angle. I get talking about food, get hungry, talk about my friends, and I forget what I'm doing. Not that any other reviewer would do the same. Let's open that up. The aroma, I'm not going to say smell, the aroma coming out of that is awesome. And if I remember correctly, that would be the chicken, potatoes, and vegetables. This would be the vegetable caviar. Apple butter, apple jam, We have the hard crackers. I emphasize hard. But if the package has been compromised, it's a little bit softer and actually not hard to eat. Even with teeth like mine, I do have salt and pepper on the side. My tea is right back here off screen, because every time I try to set in a tray, it does one of these numbers, and you've seen my messes. If it's not a messy review, it's not a good review. My excuse, but that's the best I'm going to say right now. Okay, where shall we start? How about, for once, warmed up vegetable caviar by itself. Every time I get this, either a Russian, Polish, or some of the other rations, it tastes slightly different. This is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Goes good by itself. And I'm quite sure on a cracker, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Get a bite by itself again. Crackers, they're sort of in between. They're not real hard, but they've not been compromised either. Good chewy cracker, could use more salt. And yes, part of it I drop on the floor, and my dogs are helping me clean it up. I'm sure both of them will benefit from this meal tonight. Drink of tea with your all's permission. I put just a little bit extra water in it and a little bit of sugar. That is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Dogs, you're not getting yours yet, so please leave me alone. I want to go for that. I want to, but no. I got crackers. I've got the apple jam, apple butter. These also vary between the meals. If you all have not noticed that, how much sweet, how much tart. I don't know how to explain that, but I've never had a bad one. Thank you, dogs, for walking under the tripod again. See what this one tastes like. Absolutely awesome. Got a little cracker left. May as well put some vegetable caviar on it. The chicken and vegetables. Let's try a bite by itself first. See how that comes out. That needs no salt, no pepper, no nothing. However, my dogs wish to go out the back door, so I have to put it on pause again. I apologize, friends. Apologies. I'm sorry. Had a dog not doing too well right now. I'm gonna finish this few bites up and finish your review up and check on him. The chicken, potatoes, and vegetables, absolutely awesome. Gonna dog it up a little bit. Thank you, dog. Put some crackers in there. Let them soak up just a little bit. It's funny, it says chicken, but it doesn't taste like chicken. I'm not quite sure. Maybe the seasonings. Whatever meat it is, it's very tender. Very. But I can't taste chicken, I can't taste beef, I can't taste pork. All I know is it does taste very, very good. Another bite. I'll tell you what. Every ration I've ever had has been good. This one is no exception. It needs no salt, no pepper, perfectly seasoned. I need somebody who can't make a mess to try to eat it, but other than that, absolutely perfect. Chicken and vegetables, delicious. I probably should have showed that before I ate it. The vegetable caviar, delicious. Apple butter, apple jam, much like the vegetable zucchini caviar, changes slightly from each ration I try, and they are all absolutely wonderful. Some's a little bit more salt, some's a little more sugar, some's just a little bit more sour, but you can't beat it. Well, I'm going to take care of, excuse me, I've got a mouthful of food that I'm absolutely enjoying. Cleanse my palate. Still got a big mouthful of food, bear with me. Okay. Big shout out to Art and Nina. I was lucky I won this ration. I'm lucky I have won their friendship and support, much like everyone else who cares to watch my comic endeavor at doing reviews. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I thank you so much for the support. Some of you don't know how much that means if you got multiple subscribers. I've got a few, but as long as I do that, I can still correspond with you. And I prefer that over having 500,000 subscribers. The people I deal with are real. They know I'm real. I ain't no put on. And let's go ahead and put everybody in the party there. We'll mix that up. But if you knew how much I appreciate each and every one of you for the comments and everything else, I thank you so much. Like I said, I've kind of got a sick dog right now, so tell you what, I'll talk to you later. Yes, peace. Thank you for watching, enjoying my comic endeavor. It's John, Somerset, Kentucky. Thank you, Art and Nina, and Ben and Candy. Thank you for the trade. The one, the only, the original. And everybody else who watches, subscribes. And there was an upload earlier today on some stuff a friend sent, and I mentioned some names, and I appreciate each and every one of them as well as each and every one of you. Thank you so much. I've got to take care of a dog. I'm sorry I had to cut this a little bit short, if you can call this short. Beautiful Russian ration. Thank you, Art and Nina. Thank you, all my friends and subscribers. If I can do something for you, please ask. I'll do my best to help. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.